Hello everyone, in today's video we will be reading the Eula for HellDivers, the video game, and the reason why I'm going to be doing this is because there's a lot of people who don't seem to understand that the fact that nowhere in the Eula is it required that you need to link your Steam account in order to play or connect to the HellDivers servers in order to play the game. Now, because you know why I'm bringing this up? Because a lot of these people keep pointing out that the Eula is on the front page of the Steam store where it says a third-party account is required to play. Now, the problem with that, I don't have a problem with creating an account to play a game. We do it all the time. We do it with MMOs. We do it with Final Fantasy. We do it with all the other games. The problem I have is that in order to play the game that we have already purchased, we need to link our Steam account to PSN. That is where I draw the line. That is where I positively draw the line here. I do not want to link my account. I have no problem creating a PSN account and using that on Steam to connect to PSN. I have no issue doing that. My problem lies therein of linking my Steam account to PSN Network. I don't want to do that. I don't want to link my account. This is like requiring to link your account to Square Enix in order to play Final Fantasy after years after I have already bought it. Think about it. Think about it for a second. So let's go ahead and start reading because I had to do this all over again because I used my microphone webcam by mistake. By purchasing, downloading, or using the software, you agree to the terms of the software product license agreement. This agreement is between PlayStation Mobile Inc. and you for mobile games, and PlayStation PC LLC and you for PC games, PlayStation Mobile Inc. or PlayStation PC LLC SIE. If you do not agree to the terms of this agreement, do not purchase, download, or use the software. Please read this entire agreement, which governs your use of the software. Now, me and you guys are going to read this together, so grab some popcorn and enjoy. Your use of the software is also subject to the PlayStation privacy policy. If you are a United States resident or resident of a country in North Central or South America, to the fullest extent permitted by law, this agreement contains a binding individual arbitration, by the way, which means you basically can't sue them, and a class action waiver, which means you can't sue them in court, provision in Section 9 that affects your rights under this agreement, and with respect to any dispute as defined in Section 9 between you and Sony entity as defined in Section 9. You have a right to opt out of the binding arbitration and class action waiver provisions as described in Section 9. Grant of license. The software is licensed to you, not sold. SIE grants to you a limited, non-exclusive to use the software for personal use on the systems or device for which it was purchased. The license granted in this section is only effective after the SIE authorized release date of the software, and the rights in the software not explicitly granted to you in this license are reserved by SIE, including rights to all intellectual property contained in the software. This license does not include the right to, and as a condition of this agreement, you agree to not to rent, lease, or sublicense the software, or make it available on the network to other users without the express prior written consent of SIE. B. Modify, adapt, translate, reverse engineer, decompile, or disassemble the software. C. Create derivative works from the software. D. Create or make available unauthorized mods. Or E. Copy, publicly perform, or broadcast the software without the express prior written consent of SIE. Updates, online service support, and software availability. This agreement will apply to all software updates, including all downloadable content for the software. SIE may by automatic update or otherwise modify the software at any time updates. And for any reason, if the software uses online servers, SIE makes no commitment to continue to make those servers available and may terminate online features at any time. Internet connection. Some software features may require an internet connection, which you must provide at your expense. You are responsible for all costs and fees charged by your internet service provider related to the download and use of the software. Code of conduct. When you use the software, you agree that you and your child, let's be real, that can happen, if applicable, will follow the code of conduct set forth below. Do not organize hate groups or use or promote hate speech. Do not threaten, harm, bully, harass, troll, or stalk anyone, or encourage anyone to do so. Do not create, upload, stream, or share any images, audio, or other content or communication that is racist or offensive to any ethnicity, except if you're white, gender identity, except if you're straight, sexual orientation, except if you're heterosexual, nationality, or religion, except if you're Christian, or that disparages anyone based on their mental or physical ability, appearance, or other personal trait. Do not create, upload, stream, or send messages, images, audio, or other content or communication that is lewd, a fake term, or contains graphic sexual content, or abhorrent and violent material. Do not engage in, threaten, or promote illegal activity, terrorism, funny, or acts of violence or self-harm. Do not defame or spread lies about anyone, or create, alter, upload, stream, or share images or audio of another person without their consent. Do not reveal personal information such as phone numbers, email and other addresses, IP or MAC addresses, or real-world addresses. So does this apply to Sony as well, or just us? About yourself or another person. Do not manipulate or inflame usage of the software, or disrupt the normal flow of chat or gameplay. Do not share, buy, sell, rent, sub, license, trade, transfer, fish, for or harvest any accounts, account details, or other account credentials. Do not cheat or use any bugs, glitches, vulnerabilities, or unintentional mechanics in the software to gain an advantage or to gain unauthorized access to the software. Do not upload, post, stream, or transmit any content that contains antiviruses, worms, spyware, time bombs. The fuck? Or other computer programs that may damage, interfere with, or disrupt the software. The fuck is a time bomb? Do not use, make, or distribute unauthorized software or hardware, including non-licensed peripherals and cheat code software or devices that circumvent any security features or limitations included on or in the software, or take or use any data from the software to design, develop, or update unauthorized software or hardware. Do not attempt to hack or reverse engineer any code or equipment used on or in connection with the software, or attempt to modify the online client disk, save file, server client, server communication, or other parts of the software of its contents. Do not cause disruption or to modify or damage any account, system, hardware, software, or network connected to or provided by the software for any reason, including for the purpose of gaining an unfair advantage in the software. Do not send spam or upload or share content that is commercial in nature, such as advertisements. That's kind of funny. Solicitations, promotions, and links to websites. And do not upload or share content that should be harmful to SIE or its affiliates, or licensors or players. You know, it's funny because in the beginning of the game, there's an advertisement for Super Earth, such as any code or virus that may damage, alter, or change any property or interfere with the use of the software. Do not engage in, promote, or facilitate activity that infringes the rights of any third party or violates any law or regulation or contractual or fiduciary obligations. Do not steal anyone's identity, impersonate anyone, or engage in fraudulent, deceptive, or misleading practices. Do not create an account profile or online ID for the software that violates this code of conduct. Do not submit false grief reports or otherwise abuse the grief reporting system. Do not be rude or abuse or threaten our employees, agents, or representatives. Well, a lot of people felt that one already. Violations of our code of conduct may result in moderation action taken against your account. We may also notify law enforcement or another appropriate government agency if the breach involves a threat to the life or safety of yourself or others, or any other activity that we believe to be unlawful. We are not responsible for monitoring or recording any activity or communication on the software, although we may do so in order to investigate violations of ordinances and agreement or to protect the rights of property of SIE's partners and customers. If you witness or experience any violation of this code by another player, please report them immediately using our grief reporting tools or customer support. We are not liable for any violation of this agreement by you or by any other software user. User-generated content. My eyes are starting to hurt here. We may provide functionality that allows you to create, post, or transmit content such as text, messages, comments, screenshots, pictures, photographs, voice, music, video streams, gameplay, and game-related information, and other materials created by you or others, or shared by you or others. Via this software, select third-party services, UGC, by using such functionality, you grant SIE a royalty-free, professional, irrevocable, global license to use, distribute, copy, modify, create, derivative works from, display, and publish your UGC for any reason. without further notice or payment to you or any third parties. You further authorize SIE to sublicense its rights to any third party, including its affiliates. You hereby waive, to the extent permitted by applicable law, all claims including any moral or patrimonial rights. By rights, you got none anymore. Accidents SIE and its affiliates for SIE, as affiliates or any third party's use of UGC by creating, posting, streaming of transmitting any UGC you represent, and warrant that you have the appropriate rights to use, create, post, distribute, and transmit UGC, and to appropriate rights to use, create, post, distribute, and transmit UGC, and to grant the foregoing license. I know I read it twice, and that doing so does not infringe the rights of any third party or violate any law. We reserve the right to suppress, block, hide, remove, or delete any user information or UGC at our discretion, and to report any illegal UGC and related user information to the appropriate authorities. You agree to cooperate in resolving the dispute that may arise from your user information or UGC. Arise, arisen. Virtual items. These software is designed as a closed virtual universe. You may not use virtual currency, goods, or assets, just as coins, points, tokens, gold, gems, weapons, vehicles, buffs, power-ups, trophies, rewards, or badges, virtual items separate from or outside of the software. You may not sell or exchange virtual items for a real currency or anything of real-world value. You may not make available any cheats, technological measures, or other methods designed to enable or encourage any collection, selling, or trading of virtual items. You may not create or participate in any exploitation of price differences of virtual items by any means, for example, between real-world currency prices. Warranty disclaimer, liability limitations. Except as provided herein, the software and all related services provided as is, and to the maximum extent allowable under law. SIE disclaims all warranties of any kind, whether expressed or implied, including but not limited to any warranties of merchantability, fitness for a particular purpose, and non-infringement without limitations of the foregoing. SIE does not warrant that operation of the software will be interrupted or error-free, that the software will be compatible with any other product, that the software will work properly on those devices, or that the third-party platform from which you purchase, operate, or update the software will function properly. SIE may, at its sole discretion, discontinue supporting the software at any time, and SIE has no liability for such discontinuance. SIE will not be liable to you for any personal injury, property damage, lost profits, cost of substitute goods, loss of data, or any other form of direct or indirect, special, incidental, consequential, or punitive damages from any clause of action arisen out of or related to its agreement or the software, whether arisen in tort, including intelligence contract, strict liability, or otherwise, whether or not SIE has been advised of the possibility of such damage, and no event shall SIE's total liability to you for all damages exceed the amount paid for the software. The software is purchased as physical media, e.g., Blu-ray disc. SIE warrants to the original purchaser of the physical media that the software is free from defects in material and workmanship for a period of 90 days from the original date of purchase. SIE agrees for a period of 90 days to either repair or replace at his option. The software, please contact SIE customer support to receive instructions to obtain the repair or replacement. This warranty shall not be applicable and shall be void if the defect in the software has arisen through abuse, unreasonable use, mistreatment, or neglect. Some jurisdictions do not allow for certain limitations of liabilities or warranties. So some of or all of the above exclusions and limitations may not apply to you. You guys like my little rap? Intelligence. This agreement shall be construed and interpreted in accordance with the laws of the state of California, United States, applying the contracts. So I swear I'm not doing it on purpose. Executed and performed within the state of California. United States that the binding arbitration in terms of Section 9 do not apply or not or enforceable on any dispute. Both parties submit to personal jurisdiction in California, United States, and further agree that such dispute shall be brought into court within San Mateo County, California, United States. If any provision of this agreement shall be held invalid or enforceable in whole or in part, such provision shall be modified to the minimum extent necessary to make it valid and enforceable, and the validity and enforceable of all of the provisions of this agreement shall not be affected thereby. This agreement constitutes the entire agreement between the parties related to the subject matter hereof and supersedes all prior agreements, representations, warranties, or understandings between you and SIE, whether negligently or innocently made, and all prior or contemporaneously negotiations and commitments of our parties, all of which are merged herein. You are bound by this agreement's most current. I swear I'm not doing it on purpose. SIE may modify this agreement's terms at any time. Please check this URL from time for changes to this agreement. You can need access to you or use of the software or signify your acceptance of the latest version of this agreement. Sections 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 survive the termination of this agreement. Binding the individual so far, nothing related about having to connect our statement account to PSN. I'd like to know where that's in Eula. Binding individual arbitration for certain residents. The following terms in the Section 9, to the fullest extent permitted under law, only apply to you. If you are a resident of the United States or a country in North, Central, or South America, the term dispute means any dispute, claim, or controversy. I swear I'm not doing it on purpose. Between SIE or any of its current or former affiliates, including parents and subsidiaries, and any predecessors or successors, entity to any of the foregoing, including Sony Interactive Entertainment America LLC, or any of its officers, directors, employees, or agents collectively, Sony entity, and you regarding the software or the advertising, marketing, license, or use of the software that based in contract, statute, regulation, ordinance, tort, including fraud, misrepresentation, fraudulent inducement, or negligence, or any other legal or equitable theory. This is just a game theory, and includes the validity and feasibility or scope of this Section 9, with the exception of the enforceability of the class action waiver clause below. Dispute has the broadest possible meaning. Of course it does. That will be enforced. If you have a dispute other than one described as included for the arbitration below with any Sony entity that cannot be resolved through negotiation as required below, you and the Sony entity must seek resolution of the dispute only through arbitration of that dispute according to the Section 9 terms, and not litigate the dispute in court. Arbitration means that the dispute will be resolved by a neutral arbitrator instead of a court by a judge or a jury. You and Sony entity agree that any claim filed by you or by Sony entity in small claims court is not subject to the arbitration terms contained in the Section 9. If you do not wish to be bound by the binding arbitration and concession waiver in the Section 9, you must notify SIE in writing. You can't call within 30 days of the date that you first purchase or download the software, whichever is earlier. Your written notification must be mailed to Sony Interactive Entertainment LLC, 2207 Bridgeport. That's just an entire address. If you have one in a clear statement that you do not wish to resolve disputes with Sony entity through arbitration. If you have a dispute with Sony entity, you must send written notice to Sony Interactive Entertainment, blah, 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 blah. You agree to negotiate resolution to dispute in good faith for no fewer than 60 days. After you provide notice of the dispute, if Sony entity does not resolve your dispute within 60 days from its receipt of notice of the dispute, your Sony entity may pursue your claim in arbitration pursuant to the terms in the Section 9. Any dispute resolution precise, so I'm not doing it on purpose, whether in arbitration or court, will be conducted only on an individual basis and not in a class or representative action, or as a named or unnamed member in a class consolidated representative or private attorney general action. Unless both you and Sony entity specifically agree to do so in writing following initiation of the arbitration. If you or Sony entity elect to resolve your dispute through arbitration, the party initiating the arbitration proceeding may initiate it with the American Arbitration Association, or JAMS. The Section 9 terms govern if they conflict with the rules of the arbitration organization that the party select. The Federal Arbitration Act 5 governs the arbitrability of all disputes involving interstate commerce. However, Applicable federal or state law may also apply to the substance of a dispute. For claims of less than $75,000, the supplementary procedures for consumer-related disputes apply, including the schedule of arbitration fees set forth in Section C8 of the foregoing. For claims over $75,000, the commercial arbitration rules and relevant fee schedules for non-court action proceedings apply. The rules are available at ADR or by calling blah. The arbitrator will make any award in writing, but need not provide a statement of reasons unless requested by a party. The arbitrator's award will be binding and final, except for any right of appeal provided by the FAR organization, and may be entered in any court having jurisdiction over the parties for a purpose of enforcement. You or its own entity may initiate arbitration in either San Mateo County, California, which is where the headquarters are located, United States, or the county in which you reside. If you reside in the United States, if you select the county of your residence, Sony entity may transfer the arbitration to San Mateo County, California, United States, if it agrees to pay any additional fees or costs you incur as a result of the change in location is determined by the arbitrator. If any clause within the Section 9, other than the class action waiver clause above, is illegal or unenforceable, that clause will be severed from this Section 9, and the remainder of the Section 9 will be given full effect. If the class action waiver clause is found to be illegal or unenforceable, this entire Section 9 will be unenforceable, and the dispute will be decided by court. Questions and complaints. Now, this is just about mobile games and Apple, right? This entire section, the rest is just about Apple and iOS. It has nothing to do with Steam, which I thought it did. But it's all about Apple and iOS software. So it's really not that important. All this, you agree that SIE, not Apple, shall be responsible for the investigation. You agree to comply to Apple iOS software. The end is about iOS. Nowhere in the EULA that these people keep trying to point to on the Steam Store's page of the HellDivers 2 does it require you to link your Steam account to PlayStation Network. Nowhere in this EULA that knows these people don't read. I read this once already, and I read it again just for you guys. That's why my throat's going through the ringer. Plus, I had an endoscopy done today. So that's another reason why. But yeah, what's wrong with you guys? You guys keep saying, oh, but did you guys not see the EULA on the front page of the Steam store? It says it right there. It says that an account is required. It doesn't say you need to link your Steam account to it. These people don't lack reading comprehension or purposely misrepresenting everyone's point. The problem is not creating an account. The problem is linking our Steam account to PSN. When hasn't been a requirement since day one. It's not even in the EULA for the game. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a rant. Okay, because there are a lot of people who are just repeating verbatim over and over and over again, and they're just repeating what's being told to them. Right? And they just keep insulting people. They keep going after people, right? They're attacking people. They're calling people, they're calling you dumb. They're calling you stupid, right? That's why you can't be nice with these people. You can't be nice with these people because these people can't reason with the unreasonable. That is a quote by me. I just made it up. You can't reason with the unreasonable, and that is the truth. 90% of these people, dick riding Sony, are completely unreasonable. They have no idea what they're talking about. They have not even read the EULA themselves, and that's clearly obvious because they think the EULA says you need to link your Steam account in order to play. Nowhere in the EULA, we read it together, guys. Me and you together, we read it together. Nowhere does it say this. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say today because it was really, really starting to piss me off. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed today's fucking video, and I'll see you guys later. Because right now, I am a little high, if you couldn't tell. So I'll see you guys later. Peace out. I'm high from anesthesia. I had an endoscopy done, so I'm a little high right now. So I'll see you guys later, and peace out.